Sooner Nation, and for all of the rest of you who are viewing this video, I would like you to go add me on Twitter at SEC_Boomer. I'll follow back. Y'all see it going across the screen. And I would also like to ask for you to subscribe to the channel, ring that bell icon, which is turning post notifications on all, leave a like, and if you feel like doing extra, leave a comment. That's only if you think that these videos provide any value and you want to be a supporter of the channel. I would really hope you do so, but hey, nobody's being forced here to do anything. It would just be much appreciated trying to get to that goal, so show your brother some love. Boomer! 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 Boomer!
Hey Sooner Nation, Jim Naggie here. Beautiful day inside the stadium, incredible buzz inside in the Switzer Center.
Who are you? What defines you deep down? Every living thing is built from DNA. It's the blueprint, but there's a difference between ordinary DNA and OU DNA. Not everyone has it. Everyone has DNA, but not everyone has OU DNA.
Just want to invite you to an exclusive behind-the-scenes experience on May 30th. By supporting the immediate needs of our program, you'll receive an all-access pass. We'll be talking recruiting, scouting, roster management, preview of the 2025 season, even some X's and O's with Coach Venables, Coach Arbuckle, and other members of the staff.
Boomer! Boomer!
Just like the military in the greatest nation to ever exist, the United States of America. Many are called,
but few are chosen.
We don't fight fair. We want to dominate you with overwhelming force until we get the job done. That's Sooner Nation. We ain't playing fair. We coming to dominate you, take advantage of you, exploit you in every way possible. That's what brews here in Norman, USA. Get that through y'all thick skulls. I just want to ask one question. Are you Sooner born? If so, let me know. Stand behind the program and stop being so much of a critic. There's already too many people out there trying to destroy the image of the university. I know there have been a lot going on centered around the program, many wins and many losses on the recruiting trail. And I know we have those who shall remain nameless beneath the program who have a lot to say, talking down on the program and the direction that the program is deciding to move in these tumultuous times, especially after a clip came out where Jim Naggie explained the methods that they're going to utilize moving forward.
Saw this spring, which I think was a really good way to do it, is we graded the players on our new scale. And then when you get to OV season is when you see where you can get value, right? Because I think what's going to set the market for a lot of these players in terms of what they're being paid and what agents expect to be paid is the star system, right? I think 5 stars want to get paid like 5 stars. So when you get into the OV season, we might have the same grade on a 5-star and a guy that's a 3-star. And when you look at where they're taking their OVs to, if they're going to Ohio State and Oregon and Texas A&M, that's going to be a certain market, right?
Right.
But then if the same graded player is getting offers from some group of 5 schools, we know what direction we're probably going to go because you're looking for that value. If you look at National Football League rosters and dig back into their high school backgrounds, man, that league is littered with 2- and 3-star players.
Yes.
So they're out there.
Yes.
You know, again, it's just we need to identify those guys and trust our evaluation. So that's really not to share too much of the trade secrets there, but that's how we're going to attack it.
And I know we're in a bit of a honeymoon phase after the Oklahoma City Thunder did something incredible by winning the NBA Finals, which is something I told y'all would happen 2 years ago after the G League won the G League Finals. It was easy to read if you paid attention to the maturation and growth of this here young team and the moves that were being made. Just like I told y'all way back when in 2019 that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would be a superstar. I told y'all he was the future best point guard in the league and the NBA's potentially best player. I accurately predicted this back in 2019. And rest in peace to my cousin Solomon Gurry right there, man. I love you and I miss you, big kinfolk. But that's besides the fact. I know that the state of Oklahoma is currently feeling like we need championships. So OU is being thrust into that position. And there, I would say taper your expectations. But let this man, Jim Naggie, cook. And let's see what brews out of the pot that this man is currently whipping up.
Football general manager, and they go, that's nice. What is that? What does that mean? I have no idea what a general manager does, and I'm sure it changes from school to school, but if you were to be asked, what do you do in Norman? Tell us what it is.
I'll say this, there's no succinct way to sum it up because there's a lot of parts to this job, but really here more than anything to help the coaching staff, and help build this roster and streamline the process. And, everyone says they're trying to go to an NFL model. And yes, my background is in the NFL. I've never worked in college football before. But I think there's some process things that we've brought to Oklahoma that I think are going to help the evaluation process and certainly the valuation process. We've never had to really value players. So again, it's going to be a really fun collaboration. It already has been over the last 3 months, just getting in the building with the coaches. Certainly been energizing for me. I've been out of a football building for the last 7 years running the Reese's Senior Bowl. So just getting around coaches and players again has been awesome. As these college coaches got a lot on their plates. I think the biggest part right now that people are forgetting is that there's an actual retention part of the job, right? Like Coach Meyer used to get guys on campus and you basically had them. You had them for 4 or 5 years, and now that's not the case. So we can get into it, kind of how we're doing that and how we're buying more time for our coaches to do their jobs. But yeah, man, we're just here to support the coaches and build this roster.
Let Jim Naggie cook. Let him whip up this gourmet meal so all Sooner fans can feast on the fruits of the labor that's being put in right now. But Rome wasn't built in a day, and this thing won't happen overnight. We are searching for Sooners, not buffooners. We don't want dog food. If they don't belong here, they don't need to be here. Let them go on about their business, because we already have recruits within this recruiting class who deserve our respect and love for putting on that Sooner jersey, putting their bodies on the line every Saturday for our entertainment, fighting for us. And also the ones who come in the future that are going to be good stewardess of these rooms. You got to show them they respect. Do not undervalue them by calling them lower level talents because they don't meet the expectations of some recruiting site of some dude who's sitting somewhere that don't really know anything about this young man and what resides inside. Go ahead and show them love and appreciation for picking up that jersey and accepting that challenge that is the University of Oklahoma. And also, back your program. The university believes in them. Back the university. The coaching staff believes in them. This front office believes in them. They are willing to invest assets into these young players. Of course, a prestigious university like the University of Oklahoma is not willing to invest the boatload of assets into one player and really be looking on the back end like we can't get nobody to put around him. That's stupid. We are investing smartly. Y'all got to pay attention to what we are picking up and what's being put down. The Sooners are picking up high potential players at a fair price. Players who could be superstars. And one said player is this young man.
I want to make sure they understand the reason why I picked it in the first place. Because I feel like every time that a recruiter comes in and they come in and they're like, oh, like, what's the reason why you chose here? Like, I'm going to make sure that and instill to them what's the reason why this is just sets Oklahoma apart from everywhere else. And I feel like me being there, I feel like I don't even need to say much. Like, they're gonna see it and they're gonna understand it. And I feel like it's gonna click for them too. And my biggest thing, I'm not only gonna go to Oklahoma, their OV on that 6. I'm definitely gonna come out way more times because I know a couple high-end guys that are coming in and for their OVs, and I want to spend some time with them and put my recruiter hat on and support them too.
That's one of his elite level traits.
Brian the Don Corleone of this class, Harris.
Why didn't you come to me first? If you'd come to me in friendship, then the scum would be suffering this very day. And if by chance an honest man like yourself should make enemies, then he would become my enemies. And then they would fear you.
He is the heart and soul of this recruiting class. He's putting in the groundwork, he's laying down the foundation, and he's making sure that he has compadres to get on the boat with him. That beautiful North River SXL endurance to cast that net and bring in the biggest catch possible. But don't get it twisted. This man, Brian Harris, is a dog. And if you watch his tape, what you will see is an extremely high IQ young athlete, still in the early stages of his development. It's only gonna get better. That IQ is only gonna grow as he goes to college, gets experience, and understands that game as well. But the way that he dissects the game, you can see that on film, and you can tell that he's been exposed to high-level coaching. And by the early stages of his development, don't get steered the wrong way when I say that. There's nothing wrong with that, especially for an athlete in high school. You want them to be in their early stages of their development. That way they don't peak too early, and you can really bring them up through your program, build them up the way that you want to, and not have to break too many bad habits. You teach them the habits. You get what I'm saying? But this young man definitely has a lot that he can grow in, especially with the fact that he's just recently had his growth spurt, shooting up to 6'4", rangy athlete, long as all outdoors. But here's the caveat. He plays like he doesn't understand how long and rangy he truly is. He doesn't tap into that, at least from what I've seen on film. He still plays like he's a smaller D lineman who haven't hit that growth spurt yet. So he doesn't really beat the O lineman with any of that length. But don't get it twisted. This young man gets off blocks beautifully. Man, I'm talking about it's graceful. It's a thing of beauty. Nobody can stay in front of him. He literally destroys O linemen. And not just in a conventional way for a high school D lineman, which is utilizing a bull rush. He doesn't just go speed to power. He doesn't just utilize the swim move. This young man's toolbox is bountiful. Honestly, he beats them with his IQ. And he reminds me, I heard all of the comparisons to Jaydn Jackson from a lot of different people, but this young man reminds me of another young player on that D-line, at least his athleticism, his short area quickness. Man, it reminds me of David Stone. Actually, it reminds me of a mixture between the two. I can see the Jaydn Jackson comparisons as well, with the way that he plays like he has a lower center of gravity. Man, this young man has all of the intangibles to be special, and I think y'all are definitely overlooking what this pickup was for Sooner Nation. Power line is doing fine. One more time, the power line is doing fine. The future is bright. Number one in the SEC, number one in the country, and number one in your heart. We ain't stopping no time soon. That D-line on fire. We out here slanging D to all these universities. Ha ha! Boomers! Soomers!
His name's Bearcat.
There is no way you can look at a running back like the Evan Walker and not be excited. Pair him up with Torrey Blaylock. Now that's real thunder and lightning. I love this young running back room. It's all young. So let's get it going. And the best part about it for D-Dub is D-Dub could grow another inch or two. Look at his pops. He's a legit 6'2", so maybe he'll grow an inch or three. Three-sport athlete, which you know I love. The best way for a back to build is to increase your speed in track and field. Nice quick decision off the handoff. Watch him make this cut, turn it upfield, run through the trash, take it home. That's exactly what you want to see. Just quick decisions. Not doing too much. Not overly patient, just doing what is necessary. The play was so nice that he did it twice, gave us another angle. You can see exactly what he sees. processing information quickly, making the right decision, making that first initial cut, then turning it upfield after running through the trash, not getting tackled by the weak arm tackles or the first defender, really breaking through and showing that he has that home run potential. And right here, he shows you again, I'm a home run hitter. Watch me make a play. And this is what you want from your back. I love it. Tyler Rux. Come on, young fella. Welcome home. Boomer Sooner. Now it's time to talk about the O-line crown jewel. Y'all remember earlier in the video when Naggie said this?
We graded the players on our new scale. We need to identify those guys and, trust our evaluations.
That was not hyperbole. They meant that when they said that. Now, when it comes to the case of Deacon Smith, he took his official visit with Oklahoma, then canceled the rest of his visits, set a commitment date. It came down to his hometown team, Colorado, the hot Deion Sanders on the recruiting trail, Oklahoma, Alabama, who's always hot, always a threat, but ultimately, Oklahoma edged out the win. Now, why is this important? It's important because it has been reported by every insider around the program that this young man, Deacon Smith, was viewed to Bill Beatonbowl as the top tackle in the 2026 class. Oklahoma viewed him as the real 5-star talent. We all know Oklahoma is the one that discovered Felix Ojo and helped them blow up. Bill Beatonbowl's eye for a diamond in the rough, you should trust by now. If Oklahoma is telling you that this man is the best tackle, he's the best tackle. Oklahoma put the foot on the gas when it came to acquiring Deacon Smith. And here's why. When you look at the film, Deacon Smith is dominant. He's pure dominance. He's not going to stop. I love the way that this man finishes his blocks. He will drive you all the way to the other end zone. He'll drive you out of the stadium, which is something that coaches teach you when it comes to blocking. Drive that man out of the stadium. And that's what Deacon does. High motor, high energy. The man's footwork is beautiful. He's graceful on his feet. And for anybody that's saying this man is not a tackle, you need to watch the film. If you watch that film and you say that he's not a tackle, you don't know football. We cannot speak. There's no discussion that me and you can have because this man is clearly a tackle. Look at the footwork. It is very graceful. Look at his hands. His hand placement is beautiful. The man is an elite talent that's a diamond in the rough and went under everybody's radar, and OU scooped him up. Not to mention the work ethic. The coaching that he's already getting out there in Colorado, that's just gonna bode over well with Oklahoma. We all know about the stories with Bill Beatonbowl, his mouth, how he pushes you, how he drives you. Deacon is already going through that. Look, I'm gonna show y'all a few of his workout videos, but I love this coach. Real old school coaching, pushing them, and also letting them know you can be better. Don't get too big-headed. Really getting to the point and letting them know we're not sugarcoating nothing. Y'all are young men. I'm gonna tell you how it is. You did that wrong. You're messing up. But when you do it right, I'm gonna show you love. Well, we ain't gonna hold on to love for too long. Just know we got a job to do. So let's keep getting better every single day. I love it.
Are you two ready? Kick. Retrace. Shoulders back. Kick. Retrace. Move. Come on. Kick. Retrace. Now take off. Run, run. Good job, big people. Good. Rock, rock. Good job on you. Time, break. Run, John. Good job, Deke. Good job, Deke. You like that sweatshirt? You liked it. You liked that sweatshirt. Shit. You better not run into his big ass. Left guard, 3-tech, Ray. Good job. Time, break. Good job, Deke. Fuck. What kind of pass rush move is that? Run into the big guy. Down. Right guard. Lee. Thank you. Time. God damn. This is like a Brinks truck. Left tackle. Roger. Sweep his ass, Deke. Sweep him. Hands. Time. Break. Time. Textbook. Again, if you just dictate to the defense, they won't throw basic moves. No one's attacking space, chop torquing. No one's trying to set up spin moves. But Brody didn't do anything with his hands again. You're not going to beat anybody if you don't do fucking technique work correctly. Nothing. Time. Get out of here with that weak shit. And throwing on the fucking ground. Straight throwing on your fucking head. Down. Come on, Deacon. Set the tone with these punk-ass D-linemen. Nobody wants to fucking work. Time. Holy shit. Thank you, Deacon. Fuck that chair, bro. Fuck that bench. Let's go. Hit him again, Deke. 2 more. Take it out on him. Time. Fucking animal. On you. Time. Left side. Finish, Schmidt. Roger. Good job, bro. Hands. Time. Good job, Deke. Everybody's got a plan until you got a wall in front of you. Louis. Time. Put your tongue in your mouth, Rylan, or college is gonna suck. Down. Roger. Time. God damn, this is a clinic. Louis. Time. I don't know why you're always on the ground, Jackson, but that's the opposite of a post. Movement. Time. Good. Next set. Quickly. Deacon's still up. No. John now rotates outside. Next guy rotates to the movement inside. On you, Deacon. Good. Time. Next up. Everybody's just running around Deacon. Where are you going, Deke? 3. You got 4 in a row. Down. Quickly, damn it. Cross face quickly on his movement. Good. Time. Another guy just running straight up the fucking field. If you're running into me, we're in problems. Last one. Cross face, Nico. Get out there, Deacon. On you. Thank you, Rylan. Time. Good retrace. God, you're such a mean bastard. I love it. You son of a bitch, you. On you, Schmidt. On you, Schmidt. Time. 1. Chase the ball. Next. Time. That's what I want. That is perfect. Time. That's what I want. That is perfect. Scoot the black back over a little bit to the left. Now,
the top dog, Jake the Snake, Jake Crew, commented under that video and said, I think I know when Deacon Smith was finna commit. So, for y'all that say that we are not going after elite talent, let me go ahead and introduce y'all to the man, the myth, the legend, the walking missile, Jake from State Farm, making these dudes need insurance out here because the man is a wrecking ball. Go ahead and check him out.
You knew it. You knew it. You knew he was coming inside.
Stay there. That's what it would be.
Good. Oh!
There it is. Close.
Oh!
I don't care about the money. I love to compete. So I can't take it. I'm going to donate it all the way.
And for those of you who feel like Jake the Snake won't be attending the University of Oklahoma, well, Jake decided to go ahead and drop a gift on us today. He's down to a top 3, and that consists of Texas, Ole Miss, and of course Oklahoma, which he's been linked to Oklahoma for about 7 to 8 months. Oklahoma has been known as the front runner. Everybody thought that it was Oklahoma and Florida. Well, Florida got kicked out the list, which is surprising, but with Oklahoma being a clear front runner for so long, it's obvious he's coming to Oklahoma. And anybody who says nay, you just ain't paying attention to the tea leaves. And when it comes to the case of Jake, man, Jake is clearly the most college ready player in this 2026 class, and in my opinion, it's not even close. I watched all of the tape of at least the top 100, and Jake clearly fits the bill for the one who can walk into college today and start on any defensive line and make an impact. He's your 2026 Jaydn Jackson. And that's the thing, man. When it comes to BV, he's been recruiting at a high level. Every year that he's been here, he's gotten you to 5 stars. He's gotten you to 4-star high blue chippers. A lot of those players, they didn't really pan out, let's be honest. A lot of those players got surpassed on the roster, and don't say it's due to development, because everybody on that defensive side of the ball, they've proven to develop at a high level. Go look at their time at Clemson. And then when you look at the offensive end, Emmett Jones at Texas Tech could produce wide receivers. Bill Beatonbolt has always produced O-linemen. And speaking of Bill Beatonbolt, he got a lot going on, a lot of great things. Besides slimming down, he's currently in the running for a 2027 elite 5-star prospect out of our own backyard, Cooper Hackett.
Even. Ready? Go. There we go. Hey, finish now. The contact.
Now, I am definitely a supporter of Cooper Hackett and what he brings to the table. At 6'7", almost 6'8", the measurables, the mobility, man, is crazy. The dude is literally out there as a slender man, 255 pounds, and is being overly aggressive. You love to see that. But there's been a lot of discourse going on centered around Cooper Hackett and his decision. Right now, 247 says that he is cold on OU, even though we know that Cooper Hackett has been to Oklahoma multiple times. They said he's warm on Texas Tech, and that he is 100% going to Tech. A lot of these recruiting sites, a lot of these recruiting analysts are claiming that he's going to Tech after seeing what happened with Felix Ojo and Tech giving him a multi-year contract worth $5.1 million. So around $750,000 to $775,000 per year. They think that Tech is going to give Cooper Hackett the same type of contract, which would be stupid. You do that, you are ruining your opportunity to even build up a class to put around them, build up talent to put around them. Who are they blocking for? They don't have a QB. Who are they blocking for? But that's besides the fact. They claim that he's not going to Oklahoma. He's most definitely going to Tech. And they got the fan base turning against the coaching staff and Jim Naggie as of right now. But I would say to y'all, taper that down. Because first off, when this stuff was initially reported, they didn't even have much time, college coaches, to electronically contact these high school recruits in the 2027 class. So I would say taper that back. I'm sure there hasn't been many negotiations going on as far as contract negotiations. That's really just like a projection. That's what they think is going to happen. They think that Cooper Hackett is going to get offered a $5.1 million contract. And even if he does, Cooper Hackett has a few years, at the very least, before he's ready to play college football. He's nowhere near ready. He does not have the weight that he needs that's necessary for him to play college football at a Division I level. He's going to need a few years. So if they do decide to pay him, he does decide to commit there, grab that bag. By the time he's ready, who says that Cooper Hackett still wants to be there? There will be nothing built around him. He could take his money and go. But I just want to point this out to y'all, because 247 doesn't really make predictions for 5-star talents the cycle before. If you go down through their top 32, only a couple of players have predictions. These players who have predictions are all from that state. They don't normally make predictions for prospects who are 5 stars this early outside of their state. The only one and the only time I've seen this is Cooper Hackett out of the state of Oklahoma. And like I've been telling y'all, these recruiting sites have been negatively recruiting against the University of Oklahoma for quite some time now, ever since Lincoln Riley left. So you got to expect them to do things like this and get the fan base rallied up. Look what they did with David Stone. They claimed that David Stone was going to Miami over and over and over. How many schools did we see them say David Stone was going to go to? They do it over and over again, man. So I don't know why y'all fall for that. But even if Cooper Hackett was a miss, you still have Caden Penny. Caden Penny is right up there with Cooper. Caden Penny already has the weight that you want to see out of a sophomore high school prospect at 265, and you can tell that he's going to keep putting on weight just naturally without the nutrition that he would get from a college program. Bixby does a great job at producing O-linemen. So I would say just calm down, take a step back, and understand that there's still prospects out of the state of Oklahoma who match up very well with Cooper Hackett. And Caden Penny may even be the better prospect. Now, I know he's rated a 5-star, but hey, it all depends on who Bill Beatonbowl values. And by this point, you should trust Bill Beatonbowl's evaluation. You also have a David Aruru, who's a top 250 prospect in the country in this state as well. So you have 3 top 250 O-linemen in this state. Or Aruru may be the most college-ready prospect right now. At 6'6", 290, he at least has the size and length to be the one to step on the field first. He's only an inch smaller than Hackett. There's multiple top 250 players in the state of Oklahoma coming out in the 2027 cycle. And speaking of a top prospect in the 2027 cycle, Peyton Houston will be one of the more undervalued quarterback pickups in the country as far as these recruiting sites go. Peyton Houston should be a 5-star. Peyton Houston is clearly the best quarterback in the 2027 cycle.
Best quarterback game we've ever seen in the country.
The best 2027 signal caller in the nation.
That was the thing about him. It was more impressive than anything else. It's just ability to be able to throw the ball and run.
He throws better on the run than anyone I've ever been around.
That guy, you had to rush him different from everybody else we've ever played just because of how he was and how athletic he was and how strong his lower body is. It was a lot harder to tackle.
Peyton Houston.
Peyton Houston.
Peyton Houston.
Like, this is what God has called me to do.
What more could you ask for from your franchise cornerstone? And yeah, I said franchise because at this point, we have to start calling universities franchises and they're paying players. But what more could you ask for? He gives you everything you could want from your head man. Every type of throw that you could imagine. Off platform, he can remain conventional and stay in the pocket, throw the sidearms, flick it however you want it. And it's always going to be accurate. The accuracy, while he is on the move, is ridiculous. It's stupid. You cannot compare him to anybody else. It's like an evolution of Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson. He doesn't have the body mass that they have, the ridiculous muscular frame that they have. At least at this point, I mean, hey, I don't really know if you ever get there. Those are one-of-one athletes. But man, what he does have already, the young life is extremely impressive. Like, extremely. When you watch his highlights, you are amazed. It's just entertaining. Non-stop entertainment. He is going to be truly special. And if Oklahoma gets him, man, I'm telling y'all, I'm going to be shouting from the rooftops, which I think we are the leader in the clubhouse, which is going to be amazing, man. Y'all get yourself ready for these wins. Stop crying over 2026. 2026 was never really the plan. There wasn't really many prospects that OU was really planning on going after this year. They're putting all their eggs in the basket of 2027. And if you do not see that, you're not paying enough attention. I'm just saying. That's why they were willing to let a lot of these players who were on the top of their boards go off to other colleges. It's about 2027. Locking down the state, locking down the area, and then venturing out. Y'all got to see the process. Then on the other hand, I've seen a lot of people talking about the losses from Ty Bates on the D-line. Do you know what Ty Bates has coming in 2027? The #1 defensive tackle, number 8 to number 9 player in the nation, depending on what site you look at, in Jaydn Brewster. Jaydn Brewster is exactly what his name kind of sounds like, a bruiser. The man is a beast, straight up beast. The young man is clearly stronger. He's clearly more of a beast when it comes to the bull rush. The dude is athletic as hell. Man, he's special. So I wouldn't put too much concern into this cycle. Next year, if you can lock down Jaydn Brewster, that's already a great D-line class. And then you still have multiple other prospects. You got Brian Harris in this cycle, who I told y'all earlier in the video, reminds me of David Stone. And I also see where the Jaden Jackson comparisons come in as well. So he's like a mixture of the two. You got a great defensive tackle who could end up being the best defensive tackle in this class. Highly underrated because he lost his sophomore year due to a partial ACL tear, so he's being underrated, which should remind you of last year's cycle with Trent Wilson. After he had a major injury, then he started to fall down the recruiting sites, not to mention a parallel between both of them, both committing to East Coast schools, being from the East Coast, decommitting, then coming to Oklahoma to shut it down. And I believe Trent Wilson will be special. You're pairing him up next to David Stone, Jaden Jackson, Ricky Lolahia, and Brian Harris. Man, that's special. This D-line will be special for years to come. And then when you add in Jaydn Brewster, man, this is going to be special, man. Something special is brewing. Stop getting y'all panties in a wad worrying about a couple of recruits. You already have some special here. Young cornerbacks. The only thing you need to focus on is linebacker. And next year in the linebacker position, there's a few targets, man, including one in state and Chase Alexander. Speaking of linebacker, you have Cooper Witten on the board, the number 9 player in the nation. And then at defensive end, after you get Jake Krull this cycle, you'll have Zane Rowe, which I told y'all. Zane Rowe is one of my favorite prospects, period. Love this young kid. Then you have at the tight end position, out of the state of Oklahoma, Titus Hawk, 6'7". The man is built perfectly for that position. You already picked up 2 4-star in this cycle, so that tight end position is being revamped. It's looking great. Not only that, Emmett Jones, because y'all been whining about the wide receiver position, he has a young player in DeMarcus Brown who looks to be special. And I know he's only a 3-star, which y'all say only a 3-star, but this man is special. Just watch the tape. It is special. And look, in the 26th class, do we even have to mention the Jandro brothers? These dudes look like monsters. Y'all just pay attention to what's going on. They are moving smartly with their assets. Say, man, I see the vision, and I hope y'all do as well. I hope y'all see what's going on. That defensive end room is going to be nasty. RMT should be a 90, though. He is top 3 in the SEC. Deion Burks most definitely is an NFL talent. This man, Grayson Holton, clear NFL talent. Best pass rushing interior defensive lineman in the country. Grayson Holton at 87, that's way too low. Grayson Holton is a clear NFL draft pick, top 3 rounds if you ask me, so he deserves a higher rating. Kip Lewis at 87, that is way too low. Kip Lewis is one of the best linebackers in the country. Budding star, clearly at the peak of the SEC, and he deserves way more respect than that. Dominic Williams at 87 is too low. The man is a clear NFL talent. Now, it's about his length that is going to really hinder him. But I believe he could go in the latter rounds, maybe the 6th or 7th round. Who knows? The man might even go earlier. The man is kind of one of the anomalies when it comes to this team and where he could end up at. His talent says that he is one of the best defensive tackles in the country, but it's about his measurables that kind of hinders him. I do believe he will get drafted, if you ask me. He will most definitely get his opportunity in the league, but it's just all about whether he'll get drafted or not. Now, when it comes to Eli Bowen, that's when it most definitely gets tricky, because Eli Bowen, he has all the talent in the world. Freshman All-American, he has an 88 rating, gets his respect, but it's about his size, man. It's about his size. Will they draft him at 5'9"? He could fit in a nickel position, but he would need more snaps at the collegiate level to prove that he can play that position. Now, we'll see if Eli Bowen gets drafted. Hopefully he does. I believe he does, but hey, who knows? This roster that BV has assembled is full of NFL talent. An 86 rating for Javonte Barnes is entirely way too high. Javonte Barnes hasn't shown much outside of flashes that would warrant an 86. I believe his best years are behind him. Too much wear and tear. His body at this point is done. We all know that running backs don't really have a long life in football. Javonte Barnes, man, I really think that after all of this, man, he might as well try to go into some type of coaching, because I don't believe he will make it in the league or make it to the league. He will definitely not be a draft pick. I mean, the talent is definitely there. The vision is not there. JB just does not give you very much, and I definitely don't see him becoming a draft pick. But I do want to thank him for putting on that Sooner jersey and giving us 4 years, man, regardless of whatever, 6 or 7 seasons. He stuck it out. So much respect to him on that one. And he is a good blocking type running back. But other than that, man, he doesn't give you much. I also feel like he was done a disservice, not by the coaching, but because he was sitting behind a terrible back in Marcus Major, who was too beat up and showed him the wrong habits. Not only him, but Gavin Sawchuk and Smothers. EA Sports NCAA 26, y'all know the vibes. Y'all know what time it is in Norman. Y'all know that safety room is looking lovely. Gave my boy RSJ an 89 rating. I feel like he should be a little bit higher, but that's still okay. Give him some room to grow and surprise y'all. But let me ask y'all this question. Who would you take in the country at the free safety spot over Robert Spears Jennings? If you say anybody, you are delusional. This man is clearly the best free safety in the country, and his replacement, the one who want to knock heads off his shoulders, the hard-hitting Michael Boganowski.
Chip limit and...
I have a question in that regard too. In last year's cycle, you had a 5-star prospect who was eyeing Oklahoma up until they put a pick in Jonah Williams that y'all decided to whine about whenever he decided he was no longer interested in going to Oklahoma. Cool. Do you, young brother. That's the way I felt, and that's the way y'all should have felt. We already had a viable option on the roster in Michael Boganowski, the same size, a bigger safety who loves to lay down wood. Hey, man, I want to ask y'all, what is the difference? I'll tell y'all the difference. The difference is the financial deficit that your budget is going to take whenever you pick up a player like Jonah Williams. John Mateer at 91. The Sooners had the best QB in the SEC. This is perfection. John Mateer is clearly the best, has the most experience at the highest level. John Mateer is one of very few quarterbacks in the last 5 years to give you 44 touchdowns at the Division I level. John Mateer is special. John Mateer deserves the love and respect that he is getting. I've been seeing backlash from the basement of the fan base. People saying that he's getting too much hype and he didn't really play nobody. He played against group of 5 talent. Man, look, John Mateer is special. I don't care who you play against. When you do the things that John Mateer does, you are a special talent. And John Mateer will prove that in the SEC. He will make this offensive line look better, which I believe this offensive line has grown and gotten better. There's a fire under them. Everybody been blaming them for last year, even though I think that it was most definitely not their fault. I believe that we had quarterback play that was not developed enough yet to be starting. We didn't have starting caliber quarterback play on top of not having starting caliber wide receiver play, starting caliber running back play. It was just all around not good on the offensive side of the ball, but the O-line got blamed for it all, which it happens. Whenever you have to block, that's going to happen. Did they have mishaps? Did they have rookie mistakes? Of course. I don't believe that all the blame should have went to them. Jaydn Ott. Man, boy, oh boy. Jaydn Ott. What a special talent. This is Jim Naggie's guy. This will be Jim Naggie's original crown jewel. special talents like this, men that are not really paid attention to, which he was paid attention to, but I'm just saying, people kind of forgot about him after a regression last year due to a high ankle sprain and a few other injuries that were lesser talked about. But Jaydn Ott wasn't viewed as the star that he was viewed as going into last year. So Jaydn Ott, not only is this a vengeance tour for him, but it's a vengeance tour for the university. So this is the perfect unification at the right time. But this is also an opportunity for Jim Naggie to prove his expertise when it comes to pulling in and acquiring talent, as well as acquiring hidden gems within the landscape of college football that didn't get that much attention and are lesser known. Now, Jaydn Ott, he will bring more than just his talent to this running back room. He will bring more than just his talent to this team. With these young running backs looking up to players like Gavin Sawchuk, who was inconsistent, and Javante Barnes, who has been a true conundrum, to say the least, they will know what it takes to be special. They will know what it takes to condition their bodies. They will know, after learning up under Jaydn Ott, how to hit holes properly, how to make the proper cuts, how to make quick split decisions, and really hit home. This man is a true home run hitter, and he gives you everything that you want from RB1. He can give you the speed, he can give you the power, the vision, the cuts, whatever you need, as well as getting busy in the passing game. This is an all-around utility back. Don't try to compartmentalize Jaydn Ott because he can give you whatever you want. Sooner Nation, this is what Jim Naggie should be known for right now. When you pick up a true program changer like Jaydn Ott, you should be appreciated already. Jaydn Ott is a huge missing piece to the puzzle that we truly needed, and I don't believe the fan base really understands that. The rest of the nation understands that, but the fan base just cannot seem to fathom his necessity. The fact that the running back room has been subpar for the past few years since Gray left, I think that OU fans don't really understand how much an elite level running back can change the trajectory of your team. Jaydn Ott was a huge pickup. This boy is special. This man is special. And he will be a top 3 round draft pick, most likely 2nd or 3rd round. Not too many running backs go in the 1st round. I know we've seen Genty go, but hey, that's very rare. Doesn't really happen like that, but Jaydn Ott is truly special. BV bringing RSJ, RMT, and John Mateer to SEC Media Day with him. I love it. Let it be known, these are the guys that I'm willing to live and die behind. I do believe Jaydn Ott probably should have came because he will be one of your premier talents as well. But hey, he doesn't really know much about the culture yet, so I do get it. But I like the picks. I love the picks, matter of fact. Man, Hollywood Brown, the ink is nasty. I do believe the OU should have been a little bit bigger, but hey, that's your body and what means the most to you. We here in Sooner Nation love you, man, and love your contribution to the program. We know you love the program, but the ink is sick. Love it, man. On the cool. And look here, family, for the ones who want to get in the comment section and say, you just a sunshine pumper. Not I. Say, look, buddy, I'm the leader of the Sooner Train. Sooner Train. Get it straight. If you're going to talk shit, make sure it's the right shit. That's what I lead. I'm not the sunshine pumper. I lead the Sooner Train. So if you want to hop on board and be a real Sooner, come along and get on. But this shit ain't free. It's going to cost you a fee to ride with me. We bank on 10-win seasons for every reason, because Sooner Nation and the Sooner State will always be great. So if you hop on board, you better get with the program. Simple as that. I want to show my appreciation to Joe Castiglione. I know my AD look just like Brandon Drum. Ha ha! Y'all can't tell me that he don't look like that man's pops. I don't care what y'all say. These men look like the past and future of each other. But Joe Castiglione, man, we appreciate what you've done for the University of Oklahoma. Been my AD my entire life. The man has brought nothing but championship pedigree back to the University of Oklahoma during dark times for the university. This man stood tall and was a pillar amongst the community, amongst the school, and in everything he did, he conducted himself as a man. Had to respect it. So I'm tired of seeing y'all dudes in the bottom of the basement of the program talking down on this man Joe C's name. Yo, these is new times for everybody. Nobody really knows what to expect, but y'all tried to trash my guy for the moves that he decided to make, man. He's kept this program afloat in every aspect. so show him love. He has done what he could with what he has at his advantage and his disadvantage with NIL, pay to play, and us quickly transitioning towards a pro model. The man has given us everything he could, but OU just simply cannot compete when it comes to these programs with these major budgets. The Oregons, the Texas A&Ms, even the Missouris, they have a machine that is backing them, a major cash flow machine that OU just does not have. So there's no way to compete financially with these programs. Y'all want all of the highly rated 5-star and 4-star blue chip talents, but you don't understand that there's a price tag that comes behind that. Now, the fact that OU still is acquiring those talents without being super competitive within the NIL market just speaks to the brand power. But Joe C is doing something. He was doing something to try to supplement the losses that are being taken on the recruiting trail due to NIL. And if y'all have not paid attention to what's going on, you got Sac State acquiring 4-star talents, Texas Tech acquiring 5-star talents, Syracuse acquiring high 4-star blue chip talent, BYU beating out programs for elite 5-star quarterbacks. This is going on. SMU taking a lot of OU's top prospects due to NIL. TCU in the game. Baylor in the game right now for Jordan Clay. Look at what's going on. The money rules all. Miami's, Florida's, the Florida States, they're flashing a bag and acquiring elite talent, not only out of the portal, but out of high school. People are asking the question, is Oregon a blue blood? Oregon, who hasn't done anything. So this is a different time, family. NIL is changing the game. The essence of college football as we know it has been tainted. It will never be like it was. But moving forward, you have to create a new model. Something has to change. And that is what the University of Oklahoma got ahead of. You got to thank Joe C for that. So with the recent course of events taking place within Congress, which could go down in history as the savior of college football for future generations, ironically dawned the SCORE Act. We know OU would definitely be doing a lot of scoring, not only on the field, but in the recruiting trail due to this act if it is passed into law. This particular act is currently going through Congress as of right now. The completely asinine wins on 5-star and high 4-star blue chip prospects for these perennial bottom feeder programs. The order will be restored. It could go back to something that we more traditionally know in college football. Allow me to expound on what I meant by that for a second. I do not mean by no means the removal of NIL or pay to play, because that is most definitely here to stay. What I meant by that proclamation was we are on the brink of a new horizon that kind of resembles the old one, which is players picking schools based off of what the school provides them as far as development. The elitists will be the elitists again with no real competition from the bottom. This pretty much brings some sense of a cap salary towards college football, to where college football can get organized once again. This is the playing field that is best for universities like Oklahoma, who develop but don't have the crazy budget of a Texas or a Texas A&M. This is the beginning of something special. So let me ask you, are you a real Sooner? Are you really Sooner bred? If not, move around. This is what it's about. Boom, 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 boom.